Good morning, money magnets. It's your Uncle Chartist, and I'm going to cover the futures, Nasdaq, and the gold for us this morning so that we can trade it and hopefully attract some money to our trading account. Yesterday, I mentioned a couple of levels, the 63.35 level and the 63.43 level, and I mentioned if those levels can clear, I recommend us getting bullish with 63.67 as one of my targets. As you guys can see, we cleared that fib level yesterday, managed to hit the 1.236 fib level. Unfortunately, we had an intraday false breakout setup, which led to some really good selling pressure at the end of the day. But some way, somehow, the bulls managed to get that close above the 63.43 level. Now, looking at the candle from this morning, it's not looking like there's much strength or buying pressure or much demand from that 63.43 level, which brings me down to my next support level right around the 63.35 level. Keep in mind, the 5 DMA, the 5 daily moving average, is around 63.33 as of recording this as well. So as usual, if it is pullback time, breaking down 63.43 would be a great start for the bears, but they're going to need volume and strength to break down 63.33 in the 63.35 area, because if they do, as you guys can see based on the blue line, this area has served as a strong sell zone, and breaking out of that area did lead to new all-time highs. So if bulls fail to hold this level, this could be big trouble for them, because it could be a sign that we are in pullback mode. When the ticker symbol is bullish, they spend lots and lots of time, majority of the time, look at this move up, majority of its time above the 5 DMA. So bulls absolutely do not want to lose the 63.33 to the 63.35 area. If they do, we'll have lower targets to the downside, 63.20, 63.15, 63.04, 62.92, and 62.80 will all be targets for Uncle Chartist to the downside. Now, if this is not a pullback, if this is not to be bearish and it's just a small pullback, you want to see that 5 daily moving average hold, overall hold, which is around 63.33 to the 635 zone. We need to see that area turn into a buy zone and hold. When do we get bullish again and favor more upside? Well, I need to see 63.43 clear again. Now, there is some selling pressure around the 63.52 area. So if bulls can clear that level, 63.43 and 63.52, I would expect we go back and hit 63.67 with 63.82 above for the new all-time pivot high. But remember, we closed above 63.43 yesterday. So if that's lost today, that's big trouble for the bulls. And if we break down the 5 DMA, that would be your bearish follow through to send us a few more points or a lot more points to the downside with 63.20 as one of my targets. Nasdaq, is important to pay attention to the context here, because yesterday we cleared the 1.236 fib level. 23.314 was that level. We also closed above it. We did reject from the 1.5 Fibonacci level. This morning we're rejecting from the 1.382 fib level. So the fib levels are doing their thing. Right now, the level I want you guys to watch is 23.314 for the Nasdaq, because if it breaks down, which it's trying to do now, this could be trouble for the bulls, because remember, we cleared and closed above that level yesterday. So if we break down this level and we close below it, that could be a sign of a false breakout setup, putting 23.222, 23.140, 23.074, and 22.983 all back in play to the downside. That's a very, very nice move to the downside. So do not look to long unless 23.314 and 23.370 can clear as resistance. If they do, definitely look to long. We should be heading to new all-time highs. But as long as below 314 and we break down support at 23.267, which is the current low of this candle, 23.222, 23.140 or lower is incoming. Now here is gold with the big breakout. I mentioned that 33.75 level. We break it out, we could be popping up to 3400 plus. We managed to get to 3401. I do have a resistance level around 3403, getting some strong selling pressure around that area. Now we could just be back testing the breakout level of 33.75, 33.74 lowest. If we break it down, this could be a false breakout, could send us back down to 33.35 based on this green trend line. And then I do have a support level at 33.25. Below 33.35 could be breakdown mode. We have 3 touches off this trend line. That could be breakdown mode and be very bearish. But if yesterday's breakout level of 33.74 can hold, then that's overall bullish. But the next resistance level at 34.03 would need to clear to possibly send us back up to 35.50 or higher. So watch that range, 34.74 up to 34.03. Whichever way we break out to, that's likely the way we're going to head to to for possibly at least 2-day move, either to the upside or to the downside. Okay, that's what I have for you guys this morning. Hope you guys found value in this video. Good luck. I made SPY and Triple Q content last night. Definitely check out those videos. Peace.